What is up, people? This is Abraham Walker with Ask A Walker, your Northern Virginia real estate agent. If you like my videos, please thumbs up, like it, subscribe, leave a comment. Love to create more content for you. Now, in this video, we're continuing our series, our Landlord Corner. As you know from our previous videos, we're doing all of the DIY videos for DIY landlords, how to rent your property out like a pro without using a professional. And so in this video here, we're going to talk about money, all of the ways you collect money. We're going to talk about where that money comes up, and if you were a professional, how should you handle that money? First, let's talk about risk. The way you collect money is going to determine how risky of a situation you're going to be in, right? We're going to kind of come back to this risk meter throughout this conversation, just so we can kind of talk about some risky tasks, right? Some risky ways to collect money and some less riskier ways, right? And we're also going to just talk about like what stage of the transaction or the lease you're going to be in. Like where will you find the money that you're collecting at what stage, right? Either before the lease begins, during the lease time period, and after the lease is over. Okay, let's start with our first fee, right? The first way you handle money is the app fee, right? So this is the application. This is the application that the individual submits to start the process to let you know that they're interested in your property. The application fee, there should be an application fee. Now, I know what some of you are saying. Maybe you're using a platform like Zillow or Apartments.com or some other third-party platform that has like some type of application process where the individual can actually submit their application through this third-party site. Do not do that. And let me explain. You can have them process part of the application through those third-party platforms, but you're going to also have to do some legwork on your own that you should be compensated for, right? As far as work history verification, employment, also known as employment verification. Also, you're going to verify information about their previous landlord. This is time and energy that you're going to spend, and you should be compensated, so you should charge a fee, okay? So you're going to charge a fee for this, and you're going to collect this fee before the lease begins, right? So the next fee, and this is in no order, right? So the next fee is the first month's rent, right? So the first month's rent is different from rent in general because the first month's rent is actually collected before the lease begins. If you're a professional, the way we collect the first month's rent is actually with the application fee. So the individual submits their application and they provide us with the first month's rent at the very same time. If you want to have less risk, right, this is a less riskier way to screen tenants because this fee is collected with a cashier's check, right? So this is a check or a money order from a bank or Western Union, however they receive money order, but the money has already been deposited somewhere and you're comfortable and confident that they have this money up front, right? That takes the risk out of the transaction, out of this individual maybe just wasting your time. You don't have to worry about that because now you have that first month's rent. Okay, so the next fee is the security deposit. This is another fee you're gonna collect as a cashier's check, right? Or certified funds. That's the proper term. Certified funds. Okay, and so it's less risky if you collect this either with the first month's rent, which is submitted with the application fee, or use the way we do it is we actually collect the security deposit at the lease signing, right? And so right before the lease begins, we actually collect that security deposit in certified funds, right? All right, so the next fee we're looking at is the pet deposit. Now, because it has the word deposit in it, you're probably thinking, okay, Abraham, they could just submit this with their security deposit. No, this is a separate deposit, okay? This is a separate deposit dedicated to those furry creatures that they brought into your property, This is also collected before the lease period begins, and it's less risky for you to collect it at this very time. Now, there are certain instances where we have cash-strapped individuals who want to actually pay their security deposit like during their lease, right? They'll try to structure some type of payment program with you. This is more risky. Why? Because the individual can leave before you collect all of the deposit. You see? This increases the risk. It's less risky to collect all this stuff before. It's more risky if you let them move into your property and you have not collected these deposits, right? Now, the next fee we have is pet rent, right? So pet rent is going to be paid along with the monthly rent, and that's just going to be delivered to you by whatever method we'll actually talk about preferred methods of receiving rent, but this is just going to be collected during the rent process, right? Less or more risk, it's not really a big issue, because if the person doesn't pay you by the 5th, you know this person is risky anyway. All right. Maintenance fee is our next fee. Maintenance fee actually happens during the rental process. So this is a small fee that's associated to getting any repairs done in the property. There's two ways that you could charge this fee. One, you could have it's something that's already written in the lease, and the way the fee would work is the individual either pays the repair person a predetermined fixed amount, right? And then you, the landlord, pays the difference, or the tenant actually pays you when they make their repair request, right? So there's two ways to collect this fee. Two ways to collect this fee. If they're making a request and you are a stickler for following the lease, then you want to collect this either by some type of automated payment service like a PayPal, Venmo, whatever electronic payment method, so you can get the money as quickly as possible. Number 7 is the rent, right? So this is just on monthly rent, right? So with the monthly rent, this is collected on a monthly basis. The preferred method of collecting rent is really something that's an automated system. Just know that if you automate the system through PayPal, there is a fee. If you use the services where it's going from B to B, right, and it's not a friend to friend exchange, so just note that you will incur a fee with some of the services. So we've seen landlords structure different programs to take that into account. Just remember, if it's automated, then it's less risk, but there is going to be a fee associated to that automated payment system, right? So that means that there is more risk if you're receiving a check from the tenant or any other means of payment. Now, we didn't talk about anything that comes after, right? What comes after? Really, the only thing that comes after is the returning the pet deposit and returning the security deposit. Now, I want to make sure that I get this point home through to you, right? I want to make sure you understand. We do not return deposits until we look at the property, okay? I don't care what the person tells you. I don't care if they show you a receipt from a professional cleaning service. Somebody has to go take a look at the property before you give them their deposit back. It's too much risk to just give them their deposit back and then expect to find something and then hope that they reimburse you for that service. Like I said at the beginning of this video, if you like this video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel on YouTube, make a comment down below. Let me know what else you would like to learn about from our Landlord Corner. And as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.